All right, one of our valued listeners actually called both of us this week. Did he call you?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
Called us and was like, boys, love it. Love your podcast. It's fucking that good. Thank you. Listen to the whole thing. And he wanted us to talk about stressful situations. So we're going to both touch on that. I'll go first. If I think back over maybe the last 6 years, the most notable stressful situation, actually there's two. The first one, going back the furthest, was when I was probably a second year as an apprentice. And my stress got that bad that I had to go get a plate for my teeth because I would grind my teeth while I slept. And actually, it was too long ago for me to remember how I kind of got out of that. I think I just got more comfortable in the workplace, realized that I was actually doing okay where I was. Probably a few things that happened that made me realize, like, you're actually a fucking pretty good tradesman, not a shit dog. Definitely not what I'd normally say. But that is the first, so I can't really speak to how I got over that. But the second one still comes back to probably the cider. Definitely in business, any business, it's stressful. Every time you go into business, like almost every day, there's a new hurdle that you have to jump over. And dealing with stress just becomes second nature. I think anyone that's been in the workforce for some amount of time has some level to deal with stress, and some better than others. I think nowadays, whenever I get stressed, I try and compare it to when I was working night shift and cider was just going off. Like, just being able to deal with that, I was like, well, how am I going to stress over little shit? Like, I don't know, what's something fucking... I can't even think of something that I've been stressed about in the last 2 weeks. But it's just a lot easier to deal with once you have perspective to think about another thing. Like, if you can relate to even other people's experiences, you probably know someone that's had a really, really shit time. And if you can be like, well, how the fuck am I going to stress about this when that person's been through that?
When the cans were exploding, it seemed like you had it all under control from the outside looking in. When in reality, you were probably shit scared, you know?
Oh, it was fucked. It was not fun at all. It's funny how things work out. It wasn't long before I was crying on your bed, bruz. That was not related directly to that, but indirectly, definitely.
There was a lot of other things leading up to it, but I think you'd look at it now and you'd be like, I got to this point. You know, this is what I dealt with. Anything that comes close to that's nothing compared to what I dealt with. So now, you know, that shit, like everything else you're going through, well, was it as bad as when all the cans exploded and people's faces were getting hit with an exploding carbonated beverage? No, it's probably not.
That's my take on stress. I think it's I think an unlock is to put it into perspective,
which is fucking hard to do at the time.
Super hard. Still struggle with it. But that's really my answer.